there, Dr. Marie here. Welcome to my video series featuring tips and tools for how to be your best self today. Today's tip is all about how to deal with letdowns. There's all kinds of letdowns that I'm talking about here. It could be, man, you're trying to find that person to date who could be that life partner and you're feeling let down that it didn't work out with so-and-so or 25 so-and-sos. It could be that you're on the job search looking for a job. Maybe you're unemployed or trying to change gears at work and you didn't get that job interview or offer or whatever it is. You're let down there. Or maybe you're trying to get into a school or get that grade at school, whatever it might be, and it's not panning out the way you wanted and you're feeling let down. We're talking about that kind of letdowns as well as many others that I'm sure this could apply to. So the first tip here for how to deal with letdowns is to name what the letdown is. This sounds so simple, but oftentimes we'll feel so let down that we forget what we're let down about. Or maybe we never even realize what we're let down about. So let's say you were applying for a job and you didn't get offered the job and you feel let down. We might say, okay, well, naming what I'm let down about is that I didn't get this job and I'm sad about that. But there's more to this story than that. What is it about that job that you were really hoping for? Or we could say, what problem was getting this job offer supposed to solve? So maybe it's that you're unemployed, you really need income, and getting that job would have solved the problem of, you need a paycheck. Or it could be that that's not the issue, it's that you're trying to change gears in your career path and this job seemed to be the answer to that problem. And you're let down that you didn't get to change gears in this moment in the way that you'd hoped. So it's helpful to name like what really is the letdown, not just the surface level thing like this thing didn't pan out, that dating relationship didn't go the way I wanted, but what is it that you're actually looking for? What's the problem you're trying to solve? And let yourself feel down about that. Feel let down about that. That will help us have a little bit of insight on what we need to do from there. We do need a little grieving period to say, man, I'm just so bummed this didn't go how I wanted it to go. So that leads us into the next tip. Tip number 2 here is once you've identified what you're really let down about, you need to ask the question, now, was this item that I feel let down about the only way to solve this problem that I am experiencing, or even an appropriate way to deal with this problem? So for example, it could be, I'm really let down that things didn't work out with this person that I'm dating. What I'm let down about is that I'd really like to share my life with a person who can care for me well. So we might say, well, was this person that it didn't work out with really someone who was going to solve that problem for you? Were they really going to care for you well? Were you a good fit together that you could care for them well? Etc., etc. It could be that they weren't really going to solve that problem to begin with. Or we could say, well, maybe it's possible there could be other people out there who could help me feel like I have a partner to share life with. So there might be other ways to solve the same problem. We want to name what all of those are. And of course, the hope there is that we can be aware of options that are available to us other than this one item that we're let down about, and also maybe to have some clarity, because a lot of times the things we're let down about are actually something that wasn't going to be helping us anyway, or it was a good thing that that particular item didn't pan out because there's something that's going to be better. So it's helpful to notice that when it happens. Then the next step that flows from there is to kind of take a moment to evaluate, and not in a harsh way, but just to sort of notice the role that you played in this letdown. So let's say you took an exam and you got a D or you got a B- and that was a letdown. Take a moment to reflect on yourself. I mean, it could just be, man, that exam was so hard, or this issue was happening in my family, there was no way for me to study more, or whatever it might be. And we might say, well, then it really wasn't in your power if this was a letdown. But it could be, well, I kind of knew I was supposed to do that paper a little earlier, study sooner, but I kind of let it slide and I binge watched Netflix and fill in the blank. So yeah, I didn't do so great on that exam. Right? It's helpful to notice ourselves, and we don't need to bash the part of ourselves that maybe could have done things better, but we want to notice it so we can take it and apply it next time. So that is the end of that third step, is to say, well, what can I learn from this? So maybe I can do something different next time I have an exam, or in my next dating relationship, or my next job application, or whatever it is. And we can boost our confidence that way. And my last tip for how to deal with letdowns is, honestly, sometimes you go through all of these other steps I just named, and man, it just feels like, no, this was a letdown. This was not supposed to happen. Something went terribly wrong. I didn't do something wrong. This really was the solution to the problem that I'm dealing with, and I'm just devastated because this didn't work out, and it really should have. And sometimes that's reality too, and that's really painful to acknowledge when we're tempted to say, I must have done something wrong, or that person, or whatever, or that everything will work out sort of mentality. And that doesn't always fix our problems. Sometimes a loss is just a loss, and a letdown is a letdown, and it feels terrible. And we just need to acknowledge that and just say, you know what, this just sucked. And I'm just gonna let that be the case and not try to fix it. So this concludes today's quick tip for how to deal with letdowns. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one. Until next time, I'm Dr. Marie Fang, and I hope you have a great day.